Imagine the darkest, coldest forest you have ever seen. Now imagine being left completely alone in it. You have no food, no warm clothes, and no weapons. You are surrounded by apex predators, grizzly bears, mountain lions, and wolves. For a fully grown, armed adult, this is a nightmare. But what if you are only 3 years old? This is the unbelievable true story of Ryker Webb, a toddler who faced the ultimate test of human survival and shocked the entire world. It was a quiet Friday afternoon in June. The location was the rugged Bull Lake Valley in Montana, a vast, unforgiving wilderness where nature still rules. 3-year-old Ryker was playing in his yard with the family dog. His father went inside for just a few moments, a split second of distraction. When he came back out, Ryker was gone. He hadn't just wandered out of sight, he had completely vanished into the dense, towering woods behind the house. Panic set in immediately. The family searched frantically, calling his name, but the forest swallowed their voices. Within 2 hours, a massive search and rescue operation was launched. Over 50 people, ATVs, tracking dogs, drones, and helicopters scoured the area. But the Montana wilderness is merciless. As the sun set on Friday, the real terror began. The temperature plummeted to near freezing. A severe thunderstorm rolled into the valley. Freezing rain lashed the trees, and thick fog reduced visibility to 0. The weather was so violent that the helicopters and drones were grounded. The tracking dogs lost the scent in the heavy rain. Somewhere out there, in the pitch-black, freezing night, a 3-year-old boy in a light blue onesie was entirely alone. Medical experts know the harsh reality of the human body. A toddler has very little body fat. In freezing rain, hypothermia sets in rapidly. The core temperature drops. The organs begin to shut down. Medically speaking, surviving the first night exposed to those elements is a miracle. But Friday night passed. Then came Saturday. The rain continued. Searchers pushed through the thick brush, finding nothing but bear tracks and overturned rocks. Every local hunter knows that the Bull Lake area is a prime habitat for mountain lions. A crying, vulnerable toddler in the dark is an easy target. The searchers feared the worst. They were no longer looking for a survivor. They were looking for a body. Saturday night fell, a second night in the freezing, predator-infested woods. 48 hours with no food, no water, and no shelter. By all laws of science and nature, it was over. Then came Sunday. 2.5 miles away from Ryker's home, a couple went to check on an old abandoned generator shed on their property. The cabin was surrounded by dense woods. As they approached the wooden structure, they heard a sound. It wasn't an animal. It was a faint, exhausted whimper. They opened the door to the dark, dusty shed. Inside, huddled in the corner inside a lawnmower bag, was a tiny figure. It was Ryker. The photos taken of him in that moment went viral around the globe. He looked like a shell-shocked soldier. His face was covered in dirt, his eyes wide and haunted, staring through the rescuers. He was freezing, severely dehydrated, and terrified. But his heart was beating. He was alive. How did a 3-year-old survive 2 days of freezing storms and roaming predators? Instinct. Driven by a primal urge to live, his tiny body kept moving through the wilderness until he found shelter. He crawled into that shed, hiding from the weather and the bears, entering a state of survival hibernation. Ryker Webb proved that the human will to live is hardwired into us from the moment we are born. Against freezing rain, mountain lions, and impossible medical odds, a toddler won. If you want to hear more unbelievable true survival stories, every Wednesday, hit the subscribe button now.